All right, peace, family. Um, got a little story for y'all. About Africa. Cause everybody. Africa is our roots or whatnot. So I seen this story and I just felt like I said I gotta just come with this. It says young Black Americans who want to explore their roots can take a free birthright trip to Africa. Here's how. Now, I Googled this and you could just Google free birthright trip to Africa. And you could go to Africa for free, family. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, at least, the United States is trying, you know what I'm saying? And they, you know, have a certain way of treating black people over here or what. I'm trying to be nice. They have so they feel like if we can't follow their rules, then we need to leave. So, they're giving the school children, you know what I mean, free trips to Africa. You see what I'm saying? All ages. You see what I'm saying? And so they can learn their heritage. You see what I'm saying? Because we were stripped our culture or whatnot. And they killed our elders and our ancestors or whatnot. You see what I'm saying? And to go back and explore Africa, man, for the first time, gonna be the most beautiful thing you ever seen. You gonna happy, you gonna cry, you gonna get all the emotions. And one thing about Africa being the African, in the diaspora, when you go to Africa, man, it's gonna feel like home already. It's gonna feel like I done been here before. That you all done felt that way. What they call that karma. It's like feel like I done already been here before. You see what I'm saying? You not gonna be. You see what I'm saying? Be scared to go to Africa. You see once you touch down. You see what I'm saying? Because they always try to talk about you know uh malaria, this, that, and the third, and a yellow fever. They talk about all this. Africa is a jungle or whatnot. All the Western media propaganda that you try to, throw in the black Americans in the diaspora face, for we'll be scared to go to Africa and won't want to go. You see what I'm saying? Which is, just propaganda that they try to always promote. But see, and when you go to Africa, you gonna see all up and down the west coast of Africa, they got these slave dungeons. Now they at Elmina Castle right here. 20 million black Americans, black diasporans, not just black Americans, but black diasporans from in the Caribbean, in South America or whatnot. Um, they came from this area in Ghana. And when you go there, you're gonna see the trees and most West African slave dungeons, the trees is cut down around the dungeons. You see, so anybody coming to try to save their brothers and sisters, and you see they standing beside them cannons. See, they could fire them cannons off if you got places to hide behind trees or whatnot. They might can't see you coming. But you being that the trees done been cut down, you see, and they rescue some people out this dungeon. You see what I'm saying? But the walls is like 6 feet thick, 8 feet thick, or something like that. And at the top, you see right there, it's a church. So they can hear the moans and groans of the slaves down in the dungeons. And they say they praying for these poor souls. But you see the cannons right there, they can fire them off at long distance at anybody trying to come rescue their brothers. You see? And a lot of these was built by the Portuguese, man. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say, Dr. Clark always teach that in his book, Christopher Columbus, and I showed y'all that book in the last video. What was that? Black blacks in the Civil War, the making of America, or whatnot. Go watch that video, the birth of America. Go watch that video I just done. It's an hour long, but it's good. But you see, at Elmina, they got. You see what I'm saying? And it ain't just Elmina. Like you got slave castles called Jesus. You see what I'm saying? Just like the slave ship Jesus. But back to what I was saying, a lot of the times, yo, we need to go back and see our roots and touch back down on the motherland. And when you go, you're going to feel a big weight lifted off your shoulders. A lot of that hate for whatever the slave trade brung or whatnot. And you will be able to look at, our history in a scholarly way without having to be like how I was did on the other video, Birth of a Nation over there in America. You see, I was showing them burning the Africans or whatever. You see, and that's hard to look at. But at the same time, you got to know our African people fought this. You see what I'm saying? They got, when you go inside the Dungeons family, you can see the feces that's done solidified on the floor. I mean, and it feel like stone almost. And you can still smell certain smells. You see what I'm saying? But they got a ring in the middle of the floor that they would chain the brothers and sisters to so they couldn't get away. And then you got walls that's 6, 8 feet thick. You see what I'm saying? With reinforced concrete block to make sure they couldn't escape. And any rescue missions most of the time failed. A few succeeded, most of the time failed because they could see the oncoming armies. And they could fire off them cannons that the children standing beside. And the door of no return is facing towards the sea, towards the Americas. And once these Africans would leave through this door of no return, they knew they were never going to come back. But they was lied to and said that they would be brought back within a year or so time. But they knew that they were never going to get to come back. So they would wash them down in the river, Slave River. They would oil them up, separate them, and put them all on the ship. Men with the men, women with the women, children with the children. And it would be a 3-week boat ride all the way to the Americas. So what we doing with organizations like African for the African, y'all can look that up and pull that up on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever on Google. It's ran by a brother named Bomani Taimba. Y'all can pull up another organization, the Ethiopian World Federation. And I think everybody knows that one. So y'all pull those two organizations up. And some of these organizations are taking people back home. You see what I'm saying? To repatriate, to go back and visit, to just learn your roots. It's an educational trip, family. You see what I'm saying? When you go to Africa, it's like going back to see your family again. That's just facts. You ain't gonna feel it. Because in America, like I said on the other video, America made sure we never felt at home in America. You see what I'm saying? But when you go to Africa, you gonna feel at home, family. Don't let nobody ever, ever, ever deter you from your history and from Africa. You see what I'm saying? Because that's all we got left as African people, and the diaspora is Africa. But proudly as it is, this right here make me very proud of the young black Americans getting to go back to Africa for free. Now, I don't know if this is an actual grant or whatnot, but I just looked it up and I'm going to read more into it. And maybe we'll come back into it. And we'll talk about this on other videos. And I'll show this again. But, the family going home, yo. And that's the best because America ain't never going to give us a fair shot here. We not no Americans. They consider us 3/5 human in America. You see what I'm saying? So Africa is our home. You see what I'm saying? That's where we need to be. You see what I'm saying? Putting our money where our mouth is. Putting our money where it's going to work for the people, for us. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what a real democracy is. It works for the people. You see what I'm saying? So, and nations are built with people. The most valuable thing are the people. You can't build a nation without no people. You can have all the money in the world. You can't build no nation without no people. Who you gonna pay? You see what I'm saying? So we are the most valuable commodity. as global African people. That's just facts. And what we the main philosophy right now on the planet for black people is global Africa. It's Pan Africanism. Is Marcus Garvey is sending your money or going home and starting you a business, family. It don't matter if it's West Africa, North Africa, East Africa, West Africa, from the Cape to Cairo, and from Somalia to Ghana, and everything in between is yours. There's 56 countries in Africa, all of them yours. You see what I'm saying? That's fact. So you can move whichever one you want to, family. But the African Americans going home, y'all see it's the number one philosophy of the diaspora, whether you live in England, whether you live in North America, South America, Central America, and I'm seeing even the Africans in Mexico is going. You see what I'm saying? Our Spanish Africans in Mexico is going to Africa. Our Spanish brothers and sisters down in South America is going. From Guyana, from Colombia, from Brazil. They all going to Africa. They like, we go, and they buying homes and buying houses. That's why I always say we knew we had to get the celebrities involved because we knew y'all follow what the celebrities do. And now that they involved, those PDs is going to jump in all of these countries. So it's a very beautiful thing to be a part of this African revolution, global African revolution. As an African people, this is the most exciting time ever in black history, period. This is the most exciting time in black history right now, right now. Because if you in the movement and you see things moving, you know you a part of it on a global scale. I mean, the reason why the African Kings is calling us home because they heard us crying out. And that's a beautiful thing. So the doors is Africa is open to the whole diaspora. And we global Africans, no matter where we at on the planet, like Peter Tosh said, if you a black man, you's an African. We can't claim where the slave ships dropped us off at. We not dealing with that. We not West Indies. We not South Americans. We not North Americans. We ain't no black Europeans. We not going for that. We a global African people, and we gonna leave it like that. Now check it, y'all. I wanted to do this video before I went to bed, so I want y'all to like, subscribe, and share real quick, because I got some fire coming for y'all in the morning. I couldn't do it tonight because it's too long, and my kids is in here. So the new family that's coming in on the subscribe, I want to thank y'all. Hey, go to Africa, family. Go to Africa and go look at the lecture I done. The most beautiful, the finest women in the world, Africa, the different colors of black. Jah power, love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Jah power.